Of course, born in Italy where Claudio was born, but then had business interests in South Africa, went to South Africa on business and eventually stayed there and had a very successful career. Now you see the left lean inclination of Christoph Adams, but we're back with Claudio Piazza-Musso. There is Christoph Adams. When he goes through a left bend, he does incline his head to the left. Not as marked as some drivers, probably Cristiano Magado, the most pronounced in that particular feature. Now, how close a gap is that in time terms and in distance terms? We are into the second half of the race. 11 laps of 22 laps. It's the final of the Rotax Max Masters. And Christoph Adams goes past Colin Davis. Christoph Adams has been threatening this for a while and goes past Colin Davis. So the new second place driver, Christoph Adams from Belgium, cart number 422. Christoph is from Brussels in Belgium, 41 years of age, his birthday 2 days ago. He's been karting for 12 years and he was the Belgian champion in 1997 and 1999. That wasn't in Rotax, that was in ICA. So Christoph Adams for Gem Sport, getting himself in front of Colin Davis. Well, it's Colin Davis's turn now to put the heat on, and why not? But the guy who perhaps doesn't know that that was going on, happily going out in front, Claudio Piazza-Musso. Jerome Burkhardt holding on to fourth place, a full second in front of Dennis Kroos. Manolis Papamichael returning from injury, the Greek gentleman in his later 50s, so he's no youngster, doing equestrian sport, horse sport, as well as motorsport. Well, Danny Morisot will be the disappointed driver, but down in 14th place, because he has been a front runner in this series. These are the front runners, and there's the margin. Christoph Adams has got, well, the biggest part of 2.25 seconds to make up on Claudio Piazza-Musso. That is not going to be easy. And as we often say in commentary, first you've got to catch the guy, and then you've got to pass, and it might not be easy to do that. Jerome Burkhardt taking closer order, isn't he, in cart number 428. Well, we've featured this really good, interesting race for second and third, but it makes you wonder if Jerome Burkhardt could be, there he is, going through in shot. So Jerome Burkhardt in cart number 428 in fourth place could well be making a bid for the podium. This is second, third and fourth going through the chicane. Just on the approach to the return home straight is the race leader, Claudio Piazza-Musso, who has got something to think about now. There's a race back marker coming into view, so Claudio, for the first time in a little while, has got something to think about in terms of traffic in front. Car number 428, Jerome Burkhardt taking... now that cannot have been an advantage, can it? I know drivers like to attack the circuit, but if you take a clout of the curbing like that, you just can't see that that was an advantage. Jerome Burkhardt, though, the message to us is, I am driving strongly. Jerome Burkhardt, the joint championship leader before this meeting, lying second in the standings at the moment, wants to get on the podium, and, well, it's open to him. Christoph Adams second. Christoph Adams second. Colin Davis third. Jerome Burkhardt fourth. But the race leader remains Claudio Piazza-Musso. We're past the 2/3 race distance, 7 laps to go of 22. Or I should have said approaching the 2/3 race distance. Car number 428, Jerome Burkhardt, see him working really quite hard in that machine. Jerome Burkhardt, the Frenchman, he's born in Besançon, and he was 6th in the Grand Prix of Brazil in 1997. So Jerome Burkhardt on the back of this 3, the guy in shot now, 6th in a Brazilian kart Grand Prix, kart number 428. Been a finalist in the Formula A World Cup in Suzuka as well. Well, it's one thing to have been a finalist. Of course, Claudio Piazza-Musso has been a finalist and a winner. The winner in Langkawi, Malaysia in 2002. In third place on that day was Martin Pearce of the United Kingdom, and he will be coming out in the Rotax Max Senior Final, a competition which he leads. Jerome Burkhardt again in view, kart number 428. As you can possibly hear somebody a little bit enthusiastic underneath my commentary box. The finalist in the Formula A World Cup, Jerome Burkhardt, in Suzuka, Japan in 1998. 7 times he's been in the Formula A European title championships and 4 times in the Formula A World Championship. So that man there in shot, 428, chasing Colin Davis. Kart number 428, very, very experienced. Here he is, but as I'm talking about him, he's just a little bit detached, isn't he? Davis, kart number 428, very, very experienced. Here he is, but as I'm talking about him, he's just a little bit detached, isn't he? Makes that little bumpy movement. I think that what he's doing is just fixing himself in the cockpit, looking for a little bit more traction perhaps. Well, there are 5 laps to go for the race leaders. Claudio Piazza Musso has had it pretty easy in this one. He made a very, very good start. Can't say he's dominated this meeting like Cristiano Magado did last season, or Wesley Orr the season before, but certainly there he is, Claudio Piazza Musso. Well, it can be the kiss of death by a commentator, but oh gosh, I really hope I don't put anything on him. Kart number 428 in 4th place, Jerome Boucard, chasing 3rd place Colin Davis, chasing 2nd place Christoph Adams, but leading them all, Claudio Piazza Musso. There are 4 laps to go by the race leaders. 2.34 seconds for Claudio Piazza Musso on Christoph Adams. Lap 18 of 22 as the screen shows. And this really interesting dice for 2nd, 3rd and 4th continues. There is Claudio Piazza Musso. Once again, your identification, folks, a yellow kart, a red racing overall and a white helmet. Of course, 440 tells. There's the a la carte bar here at the A1 Speedworld. It's the jet ski lake just beyond there. Here is the start-finish line, as you can see from the banner. And 3 laps to go. Claudio Piazza Musso leads the field. There he is once again. Just gnawing away a little bit at the field, at the wheel. You saw from that vibration, we talk about Manolis Papamichael having broken his ribs. Earlier today we were seeing 2 lady drivers, Laura Kryhammer and Isabella Bieler, who had broken ribs. It really cannot be fun driving a kart 2 inches off the ground with no suspension. You hit but there, a little twitch by Claudio. That was a real racing driver's move, wasn't it, into the chicane? But that looks pretty smooth by Claudio Piazza Musso. And a little drift, a little 4-wheel drift ever so slightly. 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go as Claudio starts his penultimate lap. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Some drivers prefer a really close dice, but in the case of Claudio Piazza Musso, I'm very, very conscious that the race isn't all over until you pass the checkered flag. But if Claudio is to win this one, it would have to be seen as a relatively easy victory. Claudio Piazza Musso is lived in Cape Town in South Africa and also, I believe, in Durban. Would have liked to have seen an international meeting at the Cape Town track, he was saying. Perhaps the Cape Town track not got the same facility and amenity as the Zwartkopf one has. The start of the last lap. Start of the last lap. Christoph Adams pulling away a little bit from Colin Davis. Colin Davis potentially, if he made a mistake, could be caught by Jerome Boucard. Now, I'm praising Claudio Piazza Musso for the smooth drive, but that was a bit bouncy, wasn't it? How would a damaged back or a damaged rib cage manage with that one? Shame for Danny Morisot to be down in 10th place. He has featured much more strongly than that in this series. It does come as a bit of a surprise. Claudio Piazza Musso in kart number 440. The race leader, tyres looking as if they're getting a little bit of degradation now. We are late in the race. Here comes the checkered flag raised, and here comes the race winner, Claudio Piazza Musso, who punches the air. 2nd place is Christoph Adams, 3rd is Colin Davis, 4th is Jerome Boucard. They had a good dice. And Dennis Kroos holds on to 5th place from his Dutch colleagues. It's Holland 5th, 6th and 7th. Dennis Kroos 5th, Patrick Vasterman 6th, Ramon Henning 7th, Junpei Takayama of Japan. We didn't see him in the race, he was well down the field but finishes in 8th place. Franz Kuhl, Daddy Kuhl from Belgium 9th, and completing the top 10, Danny Morisot of France. But the man you see in screen right now, Claudio Piazza Musso, been 3rd in a Rotax World Final. He's been 1st in a Rotax World Final.